Now we're back with the second half.
Josh Lambo.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. Fielded right around the 8. And they will wrangle him down a couple of yards shy of the 30.
The Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in just a minute. Week 2 of the preseason is upon us. We've got 2 more after this one, and then we get it all started, as we normally do, on the first Thursday after Labor Day. In our game, the defenses look to be ready for the regular season. Maybe not the offenses just yet, but still a half to go, as we get you back out to Brandon God.
Expect to see a good number of backups going forward as we are back and underway here in preseason week 2. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
All right, Carter, get that disapproving look off of your face. He did get it out to the 1-yard line. Yeah, I know. Wasn't the best play in the world. He's hoping his offense can bail him out.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Under pressure and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. And Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Bradley Kenyon to kick off for 10.
And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now. Pulled in at the 24. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Minshew and the Jags now with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
10 yards.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they're moving routes.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say he'll spot it right in midfield at the 50. 7 yards there and a first down.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just have a break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
They run for the first time with Divine Zigbo. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They run it here with Thompson. And a nice run. They're going to take this close to the first down marker at the Bucs' 40-yard line. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
They go with Thompson again. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll give them a fresh set of downs.
What were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you should have a few men in the box there.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw it, Minshew, and that's caught by Zimbo. And he's going to lose yardage here. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
Gardner, when you see a screen pass and the defensive tackle ends up making the play, you know that one wasn't sold well at all because he should be upfield by the time you throw the pass. If not, you end up with big trouble, as we just saw right there.
The loss of 3 on that first down pass play, now 2nd and 13. Out of the gun is Minshew. Got an open man, Keelan Cole. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. From the gun, Minshew to throw. Got a man, that's Colin Johnson. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. First time they looked his way in this game, he comes through picking up the first.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. On first down, Thompson. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but from both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
2nd and 7, Minshew, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Minshew throwing on 3rd down. And that's complete to Divine and Zimbo out of the backfield. Nothing doing on that one, and it'll be 4th down.
No gain on the play.
They couldn't get anything going there out of the right side of the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. The kick by Lambeau is good.
It is good.
And that now makes this a 15-7 game.
15. Buccaneers 7.
So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That's about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Take over first and 10. And their own 28-yard line.
Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
A nice run there by Jones on first down as he'll wind up getting about 5, so 2nd and 5 coming up.
He's taken down.
That's a really nice tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it, and to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Jones, the ball carrier. Adam Youngsis on the tackle. That's the end of the third.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And a gain of 38. A big march forward on the 3rd down conversion.
These preseason games are big in the development of rookie receivers, and now their teams want to see if they're going to be truly NFL caliber. So oftentimes, offensive coordinators will call certain plays to see how they react. Give them a big check mark for that one.
So now the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
So now here in the 2nd week of the preseason, you'd expect the starters to play a little bit more than they did in week 1, but not a whole lot.
So if you're an offensive coordinator, what are you looking for?
What you're looking for is things getting cleaned up as you go along, because most of your playbook's probably installed. How well are they handling it? Easy in and out of the huddle? No mental mistakes? Or are they starting to look like a good offensive football team?
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Caleb Chason brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. Impressive individual effort there. No one was going to stop him around the edge.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And that's why if you're playing a 4-3 base and you're a defensive end, that's why you get the big bucks. They count on you to do everything. Defend the run, and of course, get to the quarterback.
The Bucs on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and forever. Flushed out right. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or 2 short, and it's 4th down.
Gotta love the catch. I think you got to love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They become a little more ho-hum right there.
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing. But I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that is incomplete. The Bucs try it on 4th down to come up empty. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here, the turnover on downs. So you feel the excitement build on those 4th down plays. Defense has to stay out there, but for the offense, when that thing doesn't work out, such disappointment.
It can absolutely be a deflator, but how about the defensive guys? If they stop you on 4th down, they are absolutely elevated going to their bench.
They're elevated now. Big stop on 4th down. Minshew going to lead up the Jaguars 1st and 10 at their own 16. First play of the drive is a run with Thompson. They'll get him to the ground at the 20, following a pickup of 4.
Brady, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for a 4-minute offense, and this offensive line is really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot, but they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Minshew sets to throw. And that would caught by Zigbo as running back. Minshew, a gain of 4 on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for our offense.
Now Minshew. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Here's Logan Cook now, standing right at his own 5-yard line. And a loose football. And the Jags grab it. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
All right, zero rooting interest in it, but that one hurt.
Well, yeah, you're losing in the 4th quarter. A bad time for a fumble on a punt return.
They had an opportunity. All right, they were sent to. They're down on the scoreboard, and now they just gave that one up.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Thompson. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage. Use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind that it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
And it's third down.
The Jaguars on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Minshew. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And he's going to get this inside the 30. But Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a one-score game.
Jaguars.
So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. On first down, it's Thompson. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. So they come up on second down, and they can get another run like we just saw. We'll likely put an end to this thing. Here's Placebo. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation. And taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim blade, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Thompson. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. And on the stop, Kevin Minter.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
Maybe old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
They'll run. It's a Zigbo. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. It's 1st and goal and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Minshew down to a knee, victory formation, and that should be just about it. Well, partner, it's just preseason, but it always feels good to be in victory formation, taking the knee for the W.
Yeah, I've often thought to myself when I watch these preseason games, some teams need the wins more than others. You know, if you're established and you're used to winning, not quite the same. But if you're trying to learn how to win, it's important to get it done. And to be able to kneel down at the end, even better.
Tonight, so this will be a win for Jacksonville. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter, Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half, the adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we bid you good night from...
This is my diary. Placebo. I think I want to go back to Jersey. Miserable, I didn't even get to show my stuff. Not even one touchdown.
After the game, my mentor grabbed some time with me. And one thing I learned about the NFL immediately was after one game ends, the true pros start focusing on recuperation and prep work for the next game.
Strength and power. We just need a better offensive line. That's what I need. I need to get rid of the offense.
So, that's exactly what I did. It wasn't glamorous, but all the work I put in behind the scenes led to future success.
Well, I'm down at 624. Back to Zach Fulton, Caleb North, Chris Hubbard. I'm on the rise. I'm on the rise. I may not be the next Tom Brady right now, but I'm the next me from Jersey. I'm the next me from Jersey. That's all I can be. Just the next me.